Welcome to my introduction of attacking cover 3 through the air. We're going to go through every single cover 3 variation, how I like to attack it, and how a lot of NFL teams like to attack it. Before I start, make sure you sign up to Underdog Fantasy and deposit using code FILM for all the best higher-lower picks for the upcoming NFL season. We'll start out with the most standard cover 3, which is a cover 3 sky. In this look, you have the strong side safety already rotated down into the flat region, while the free safety is rotated into a single high look, in which he takes the deep middle third. The cornerbacks take two deep outside thirds. You have the Mike and the Sam take hook curl areas. The Will take a flat, and the strong side safety take a flat, while all the defensive linemen come on a pressure. I like attacking a cover 3 sky with a 4 verts concept because you only have those 3 deep zone defenders while already having those 4 underneath defenders rotated down before the snap. So then once you clear those underneath defenders, you can very easily attack those 3 deep defenders with your 4 wide receivers all attacking those 3 so you have them outnumbered. Now another great way to attack a cover 3 sky is with a flood concept. You can really easily flood one side of the field, which is why it's called a flood. So you would put your X receiver on a streak, you'd put your slot on a deep out, and then your running back can go out and hit the flat on that same side. And against the cover 3 sky, where you only have 2 zones to that boundary side, you're going to be able to hit one of those guys, and either way, it's going to be a big gain. I also love attacking cover 3 sky with a post dagger. In this, you have your slot receiver run a deep post, and then you have your X receiver run a deep dig. That slot will clear out the deep middle third, and then that dig will replace underneath that deep middle third while also attacking the natural outside shade leverage of that deep outside third on his side. Then you also clear the underneath zones because it's a deeper route, and you can fit it in nicely for a big gain. Now attacking a cover 3 buzz look can be a little difficult because it comes out of a 2-high shell, so it can look like a cover 2 or a cover 4. But in this case, you have the weak side safety buzzing down into a hook curl, the strong side safety rotating up into the deep middle third out of that 2-high shell. Now, since you have that hook curl already accounted for, both the Will and the Sam take their flat assignments on this play. And I like attacking a cover 3 buzz with a high-low concept. In this, you can have your weak side tight end run a little hook. That safety that's buzzing down is going to stick with that hook. And then you can replace over the top of that with a dig or a crosser, something like that that gets behind that hook curl, but also in front of the deep middle third that's rotating up to the top. Attacking a cover 3 buzz with a weak side slant route from your weak side receiver can be really effective too, because as that Will rotates out into the flat, there's a little gap between that rotation and the rotation of the weak side safety buzzing down into the hook curl. So in that little window, you can fit a slant route for an easy 8 yards every time. Now you can also attack a cover 3 buzz by running your weak side tight end. If he's a little speedy, you can put him on a seam route because that'll clear the hook curl that the weak side safety is buzzing down into. And if you can find a way to occupy the deep middle third without running him into the seam route, that seam route should be wide open because that deep middle third has to rotate from the opposite side of the field into that deep middle third. All the while that tight end is hitting that seam really fast. Now attacking a cover 3 cloud is similar to attacking a cover 3 buzz because it once again comes out of a 2-high shell. In this case, your strong safety rotates into a deep outside third, your strong cornerback is in a flat, and then your weak side safety rotates into the deep middle third while all the other assignments are pretty much usual. One way to attack a cover 3 cloud is by using a standard flood concept. That's because the strong side safety has trouble rotating to the deep outside third in time to guard against the flood concept. Also, your flat cornerback isn't going to be able to guard anything deep. So that's why you can run your Z receiver on just a fly. You can run your slot receiver on a deep out and then put your tight end on a flat. And one of those is going to be open against the cover 3 cloud. You can also run a smash concept. That's something where your Z receiver will run a hook and then your slot runs a corner, and that deep outside third that's being covered by the strong side safety has trouble reaching that corner in time. And if that cloud flat takes that corner instead of the hook, just hit the hook and it's a free yardage situation. Now, another way is with a post wheel flood. So this is a little different from the flood because your Z receiver will run a deep post that carries that deep outside third from that strong side safety. And then your cloud flat will have to either choose between picking up the wheel route or picking up the flat from the tight end. So one of those routes is going to be open, and it usually is going to be that wheel, which can hit for some huge yardage. Cover 3 match can be extremely difficult to beat. It can be extremely difficult to identify because it's a little different from the cover 3s in the fact that these defenders will man up with their assignments if they run something like a deep post or a deep cross or anything really in coordination with their defensive scheme. They will man up. So for example, on a cover 3 sky match, that weak side outside third might man up with a deep post from the X receiver because they just want to cover that deep post and don't want the deep threat. So you can replace in those areas if you run off those match principles. So that's why my favorite way to attack a cover 3 match is with a tight end leak. It's cool because you can put your X receiver on a deep post. He runs out that deep outside third on the weak side, but your tight end is leaking out. He's running a tight end leak drag wheel in which he fakes like he's blocking and then he just kind of leaks out into the middle of the field on a drag and then turns upfield and replaces in the area that post ran off, and it can hit for some huge yardage. Another way to attack a cover 3 match is with a scissors concept because that deep outside third is going to have to pick whether he wants to man up with the corner or the post. And if the seam flat chooses to man up as well, that scissors concept can create kind of a little artificial rub down the field that can get somebody open once it becomes man coverage. And then just a standard post wheel concept can be super effective because just like the tight end leak, that post will carry off that deep outside third and then that wheel replaces right around the backside and you can hit that wheel for a huge gain. A lot of times it can end up a touchdown. That wasn't every single cover 3 variation, but that was the ones you see most commonly in NFL defenses. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned how to attack cover 3 in Madden, in College Football 26, whatever you might want to use it for. This is how you attack it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something.